favorites on the board, the stable entry of the two, Camco Miranda and Camco Minx. As we move in, here's how they score out from the inside. Rachel Down and Phil Reed. Then from post 2, I'm the Big Dog and Gord Hennessy. Scoring 3 is Miramichi Gouch and Kenny Parker. Scoring 4, Camco Miranda, Todd Trites. George Down from 5 and Steve Downey. Then Lucky Alberta 6 and Lonnie Stokes, Camco Minx, and Jill Barrio outside. Here they come. They're off and pacing Camco Miranda going out for it. So is George Down on the outside as they race around the first turn. And it's Camco Miranda, George Down up to call on the outside. Then Lucky Alberta tucks in, racing in third. Then getting away fourth, that's Rachel Down. Camco Minx got away nicely, and she's tucked in early on in fifth. As George Down takes over. Racing second now, Camco Miranda back third, Lucky Alberta. Then it's Rachel Down, still sitting in fourth. Camco Minx from fifth, and I'm the Big Dog. And trailing the field, Miramichi Gouch. By that opening quarter, 31-1. And George Down in complete control early on here for Steve Downey and leads by 2.5. Then Camco Miranda, and here comes Camco Minx on the outside, driving up. Camco Minx is driving up to try and take the lead here. Halfway home, they're neck and neck. George Down inside, Camco Minx on the outside. Then racing third, outside comes Lucky Alberta. Then racing in fourth, Camco Miranda, then I'm the Big Dog. Back to Rachel Down, and trailing the field still is Miramichi Gouch. And they were by the half, 102-1. As they pass the 5/8 on to the 3/4 they go. And George Down put away the first challenge of Camco Minx. Then racing third, Camco Miranda. Right there, Lucky Alberta. Racing in fourth and tipping out 3 wide now. Then Rachel Down back to Miramichi Gouch, and trailing I'm the Big Dog. By the 3/4, 132-1, and a 30-second third quarter thrown at them by George Down, and moving out by 2, George Down. Camco Miranda has now come to second. Camco Minx, Lucky Alberta is wide down the lane. George Down pacing away here. George Down, Camco Miranda, Lucky Alberta coming on, but it's going to be George Down winning it for Steve Downey. And a nice-looking trip for the 3-year-old son of Largo. And the time for the mile, 2:02-2. And it's a maiden record for George Down and Steve Downey. And back to the winner's circle. The winner of race number 1A, George Down. 3-year-old gelded son of Largo out of the Arcane Hanover mare, Winnie Down, by the Downey stables. Trained by Steve Downey. Steve does the driving this afternoon and goes gate to wire, 2:02-2. George Down breaking his maiden this afternoon and stepping to a maiden record, 2:02-2 here in race 1. And the stutters for the second race moving in. Race 2 starters, favorite on the board, All-American Dazzle at 250. As we move them in, he's got the inside, Jill Barrio driving, then Ryan's Fancy and Lonnie Stokes. Post 3, Western Queen, Steve Downey. Materialism, he'll bust it from 4, and driver Mark Haig. 5 is Diamond Hard, Todd Trites. We'll see our Dolly Dance 6 and Rick Armstrong, and from post 7, we have Island Pride and Sam Hodgen. Here they come. They're off and pacing, and a good start to this one. 4 of them across the track, all including All-American Dazzle taking the lead. Then Ryan's Fancy on the outside. Western Queen gets away now, racing in second and looking for that 2-hole. Then third, Ryan's Fancy. Materialism is racing back in fourth. We'll see our Dolly Dance. Left well, but she had to back off with the early speed, and she's racing now in fifth. And Diamond Hard 6th, and a trailing 7th at the back of the bus. That is Island Pride, and they were by that opening quarter, 29-1, and nothing there for Western Queen as far as a whole. And she's still forced out in park second. Leader up top, All American Dazzle. And Ryan's Fancy has the 3-hole trip. Then Materialism. He's getting a good one here in second over from fourth. We'll see our Dolly Dance, and Diamond Heart will have to try it from the back of the pack. And trailing Island Pride halfway home. All American Dazzle took them by the half, 59 and a 2 around the turn. All American Dazzle. Ryan's Fancy racing second, and Western Queen starts to let go in third. Then up the inside, we'll see our Dolly Dance, and on the outside, Materialism drives up, and he's now up to third and going on. Then Western Queen starts to let go fifth. Diamond Heart, and trailing the field past the 3/4 at Island Pride, All American Dazzle, but Ryan's Fancy couldn't ask for a better trip here, working out for him, and they were by the 3/4, 129 and 4. All American Dazzle and Barrio all over the pacer here. Ryan's Fancy second, Materialism, and Dazzle. Does he have enough left here? Ryan's Fancy had that great trip, and he's at him on the outside now, and Ryan's Fancy takes it from All American Dazzle. Materialism's going to get up for the deuce, and does. Then All American Dazzle finishes third. Time for the mile. 2 minutes and 2 fifths. 2 minutes, 2 fifths, and the best winning trip in 2 years for Ryan's Fancy. And back to the winner's circle. Winner of race number 2, Ryan's Fancy. 6-year-old gelded son of Liz Ryan out of the Boone and Crockett mare. Rose is Rose. Home by Charlie Bolin and Fred Farrell. Trained by Randy Phillips. Lonnie Stokes in the driver's seat. And the third win of the campaign for the 6-year-old pacer. And his best trip in 2 years, Ryan's Fancy. The mile, 2 minutes and 2 fifths. Ryan's Fancy, 2 minutes, 2 fifths. And as mentioned, fastest trip in 2 years for him. Stutters for the third. Behind the gate and approaching top of the stretch, Stagecoach Gambler. And Todd Trites, No Thoughts of Her Own, and Ricky Collins, UK Bluegrass. And Lonnie Stokes, and Holiday Moon, and Sam Hodgen. Fastest Can Be, Mark Haig. My Donna, Gilles Barrio. Hill Billy Billy. And Gord Hennessy, and from the outside, My Buddy Mark. Driven by Gerald Lagier. Field of 8. Here they come. They are off and pacing. Stagecoach Gambler out for it. So is No Thoughts of Her Own. Fastest Can Be away on the outside. Racing third around the first turn. Then getting away, racing in fourth. That's UK Bluegrass. Then Hillbilly Billy ducks in, racing in fifth. 1/8 of a mile in. Then racing back in sixth. That is Holiday Moon. The two trailers are My Donna and My Buddy Mark on way to the opening quarter, and Stagecoach Gambler. And he's on top a length and a quarter, and up tight, No Thoughts of Her Own. Then back third on the outside, Fastest Can Be getting the worst of this one. And he's parked on the outside, 30 and 4 opener. Then on the outside, driving up to the outside and driving. Here comes Hillbilly Billy. Then UK Bluegrass is now locked in. Holiday Moon takes the outside flow, as does My Donna. And My Buddy Mark shuffle back as they approach the half. Neck and neck for the lead, Stagecoach Gambler. And on the outside, Fastest Can Be, Adam second. No Thoughts of Her Own. Then Hillbilly Billy, Holiday Moon, UK Bluegrass, My Donna, and trailing My Buddy Mark. They were by the half, 1:01 and 3 Stagecoach Gambler. And well rated on the front here, leading by half a length on the outside. Fastest Can Be tries to wear him down early here as they rush to the 3/4. Stagecoach Gambler digs in a little bit and leads again. Then Fastest Can Be just not going away. No thoughts of her own on the inside. My Donna tips out 3 wide, and she's driving quickly from third, and as they pass the 3/4, 1:33 around the turn for the drive home, and your leader, Stagecoach Gambler. Fastest Can Be. My Donna's gonna make it 3 wide, then No Thoughts of Her Own looks for racing room down the home stretch. Anybody's race here. Fastest Can Be has got the lead. Stagecoach Gambler on the inside. Fastest Can Be, and what a deserving win for that pacer. Went on the outside every step of the mile, and what a tough trip for that pacer. And the mile for him, 2:03. His first winning trip this season. And what a trip he went, the mile, 2:03. Fastest Can Be. Gambler was second. No Thoughts of Her Own third. UK Bluegrass fifth. And Holiday Moon seventh. Fastest Can Be, your winner, My Donna fourth. Hillbilly Billy sixth. And My Buddy Mark eighth. And as we welcome back now the winner of race number 3, number 5, Fastest Can Be, an 11-year-old veteran pacer. By This Cam's For You out of the Bret Hart mare, Arapa's Heart. Owned and trained and driven by Mark Haig. And the pacer picks up his 16th lifetime win. And what a gallant effort here this afternoon. Parked every step of the way and prevailing in the home stretch for a great win. Fastest Can Be. And congratulations to Mark. And got to say a big congrats to Bill as well. And also all the connections of Fastest Can Be. A great win today for the pacer. 2:03. Consider Me Lucky and Gerald Legier. Dillinger's Lady, Gordy Hennessy, J.K. Shadow, and Mark Haig. Ashby Corner, Todd Trites, Pictonian Best West, and Jill Barrio, and then Dia Harlaka and Lonnie Stokes. We have 7 across the gate here, and these are claiming pacers, 2 to 2,500. Purse of $950, and here they come. They're off and pacing. Longworth Legacy steps out for the lead. Consider Me Lucky backs off for cover behind the leader and is racing second around the turn. Longworth Legacy and Mike Barrio quick off the gate here and quick-footed and leads past the opening 8th by about 3. Consider Me Lucky second. Pictonian Best West backs it off in third. Then racing fourth on the outside, that's Dia Harlaka, now moves in. Then outside, J.K. Shadow underway early, and on the outside driving up now fourth. Then Dia Harlaka now fifth. On the outside comes Ashby Corner. Dillinger's Lady trails 29 and 3 the opening quarter. And on top and cutting it, Longworth Legacy and Mike Barrio still out by a pair. Then racing second in the 2-hole trip, Consider Me Lucky. Outside driving third. Here comes the other Barrio in the heat. And Pictonian Best West driving up from third and going on. Then right behind him, J.K. Shadow, Dia Harlaka, Ashby Corner, Dillinger's Lady halfway home in a minute flat. Longworth Legacy still leads. Pictonian Best West on the outside racing second. Then Consider Me Lucky still right there. J.K. Shadow going to make a 3-wide move and going on. Now fourth, now third, now second as Pictonian Best West takes over. Then J.K. Shadow on the outside second as they move past the 3/4. Now on to third, Ashby Corner, Dia Harlaka past the 3/4, 1:31 and 2. Pictonian Best West. J.K. Shadow on the outside. Then Ashby Corner on the outside, driving 3 wide from third. Dia Harlaka needs some racing room, an 1/8 of a mile to go, and it's Pictonian Best West. J.K. Shadow way outside Ashby Corner, getting tight down to the wire. Ashby Corner saved his best for last year and gets up to win it over Pictonian Best West, J.K. Shadow, and Dia Harlaka. And the time for the mile, 201 and 2. Ashby Corner takes the fourth. And back to the winner's circle, winner of race number 4, number 5, Ashby Corner. 5-year-old gelded son of Life Sign out of the Nukes mare, Nova. Almeidon Calder, a Quispan, trained by Charlie Price, Todd Treitz in the seat. And 4 of his last 5, he's found the winner's circle. And he's in double digits for wins as well. 10 wins on the season for Ashby Corner. And he picks up career win number 19 this afternoon. And the mile in 201 and 2. 201 and 2. And it's Ashby Corner here in the 4th. Stutters for the 5th race. Claiming Pacers behind the gate. Dusty Lane, Oscar and Lonnie Stokes. Bandit Colleen, Gord Hennessy. Ed, and Eddie, and Ken Parker. Then Golden Days, Gilles Barriot. Lucky Northern Star, Todd Treitz. Tisha's Pit Pony, Gerald Legier. Then Falcon's Quick, Mark Haig. Cosmic Dross as the outside post. And driver Charlie Price. Field of 8, Claiming Pacers. Strung across. Here they come. They're off and pacing Golden Days. Looking for a quick start here, and she's got it. The mare on top around the first turn. Then racing second, Lucky Northern Star on the outside. Dusty Lane Oscar gets away racing in third. Then gapped out fourth, that's Bandit Colleen as they're an eighth of a mile in. Then racing in fifth, that's Ed, and Eddie. Back to Tisha's Pit Pony. Then on the outside, Cosmic Tross. And trailing Falcons Quick on way to the opening quarter. And Barrio sets up shop with Golden Days. And by that opening quarter, 29 and 1, Golden Days. And she's tough when she gets off the front end. And he's got her there today. Then Lucky Northern Star second. Dusty Lane Oscar back in third. Bandit Colleen gets set to make a move. Then Ed, and Eddie on the outside. Also making a move on the outside. That is Cosmic Tross. Then it's back to Tisha's Pit Pony. And trailing the field, Falcons Quick halfway home. And your leader up top, Golden Days. Here comes Dusty Lane Oscar on the outside to challenge the half in 1 minute flat. Round the paddock turn they go, Golden Days. Lucky Northern Star, Dusty Lane Oscar on the outside, and he comes to second. Then racing back in third now, that's Lucky Northern Star. Bandit Colleen's getting in gear and driving up. He's now third. Lucky Northern Star is stopping like an 8-day clock as they race to the three-quarter pole, and your leader up top, Golden Days. Dusty Lane Oscar is racing second, 1:31 past the third station, and it's Dusty Lane, or on top, Golden Days. Dusty Lane Oscar is moving within about 2 of them. Then racing third, Bandit Colleen on the outside, an eighth of a mile to go, and your leader up top, Golden Days. Dusty Lane Oscar on the outside, coming on. Golden Days starting to fade. Dusty Lane Oscar on the outside, and he's going to get it. Dusty Lane Oscar wins this 5th race, and the time for the mile, 2:02 and 1, a brand new lifetime mark, Dusty Lane Oscar. And back to the winner's circle, the winner of race number 5, number 2, Dusty Lane Oscar. He's a 4-year-old gelded son of Pans to Reason out of the What a Monster mare, Dusty Lane Lynn. Owned by Sandra Devanan of St. Charles, New Brunswick, trained by Earl Fram. Lonnie Stokes in the driver's seat, the horse's 6th win of the season. And this afternoon, a new lifetime mark for him, 2:02 and 1. New lifetime mark for Dusty Lane Oscar, 2:02 and 1. As we move them in, Wild Cherry and Ricky Collins. Everybody Loves Raymond, Sam Hodgen. Then we have Heron Bay, Mark Haig, Pitbull Hanover, Gordy Hennessy, Bert and Todd Treitz, and Magnetic Banka, the favorite, scoring from post position number 6. 6 across the gate. This is a top class of the afternoon, and as mentioned, worth $1,200. Here they come. They're off and pacing and all the speed to the inside. Wild Cherry, then Everybody Loves Raymond, Heron Bay, Pitbull, Hanover are way outside and driving on. Then Bert, Magnetic Banka as they make their way to the 8th. Wild Cherry and the mare cutting it out here. Heron Bay on the outside, racing second and pressing the issue. Then 3rd, Everybody Loves Raymond. Pitbull, Hanover is parked and racing 4th. Then back in 5th, it's Bert. Magnetic Banka took a back seat today and trails by that opening quarter. 28-4, a quick one. And it's Wild Cherry, Everybody Loves Raymond in the 2-hole. Then on the outside, Heron Bay forced to go on. She's still second. Then Pitbull, Hanover's parked as well, but he's got second over cover. Then it's Bert, Magnetic Banka. As mentioned, we'll have to try it from the back of the pack this afternoon as they approach the half. Wild Cherry. Then Heron Bay second. Inside, Everybody Loves Raymond. Pitbull, Hanover, Bert, Magnetic Banka. 3 in and 3 out. Past the half, 59-4. Wild Cherry. Heron Bay on the outside second. Everybody Loves Raymond inside third. Pitbull, Hanover, Bert looks for room. And Magnetic Banka from the back of the pack trying to go on to the 3/4. They go. Wild Cherry. Then Pitbull, Hanover. He's been out all the way, but he is 3 wide and driving now up to second. Heron Bay is still right there. Then Magnetic Banka. Bert, Everybody Loves Raymond. 3/4, 1:31-1, and it's still anybody's race with 1/8 of a mile to go now. And up top and cutting it still Wild Cherry. Wild Cherry, then Pitbull, Hanover, Magnetic Banka down the home stretch, and they're coming 3 wide. Wild Cherry inside. Wild Cherry, then Pitbull, Hanover. It's going to be Wild Cherry hanging on here. Wild Cherry wins it. Then Magnetic Banka might have got the deuce. Bert and Pitbull, Hanover. And Wild Cherry. 2:01-2 goes gate to wire for Ricky Collins. And $67 winner here in our top class of the day. And back to the winner's circle. Winner of race number 6, number 1, Wild Cherry. Wild Cherry, a 7-year-old daughter at Chill Factor at the Big Towner mare, Lowella, Hanover. Owned by Tommy Gunn of St. John, trained by Gilles Barrio. Ricky Collins in the driver's seat today. 7 wins now for Wild Cherry on the season. And this afternoon, 2:01-2. Congratulations to the connections of Wild Cherry. And what a nice win. Gate to wire effort today. 2:01-2. As we move the starters of race 7 behind the gate. Post time. And we have Salzbrook Dandy and Gilles Barrio. Always Jarwa, Wayne Hubbard. Then Shady Martin, Gord Hennessy. Talking about my boy, Mark Haig. Ocean Pacific and Sam Hodgen. Rapid Cane, Todd Treitz, Tigris Colleen, and Gerald Legier. Field of 7, race 7. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Salzbrook Dandy rushes out of there for the lead and takes it. Then racing second, Shady Martin around the first turn. Salzbrook Dandy out by 2 now and chasing to the 8th pole. Then racing second, Shady Martin back in third. That's always Jarwa up the backside. Then racing in 4th as they move on to that opening quarter. That is Rapid Cane. We got a battle up front. Shady Martin trying to get to the lead, and Salzbrook Dandy playing some hard ball, and he's got the lead back. That opening quarter put it up 20 28-4. Salzbrook Dandy parks Shady Martin there, 28-4. Then racing second on the inside now is Shady Martin, always Jarwa, then Rapid Cane, then racing back in fifth, talking about my boy, then Ocean Pacific. Shady Martin under a tight line towards a half and a bit rough coming to the half. And trailing the field at the back, that's Tigress Colleen, Salzbrook Dandy, 58-4. Halfway home, Salzbrook Dandy took him by the half, the quickest today, 58-4. And he's on top by 3. Rapid Cane on the outside comes to second. Then racing third on the inside, Shady Martin is still there. Then outside, talking about my boy, drives to fourth. Then always Jarwa. There goes Ocean Pacific, swinging out 3 wide from fifth and going on by the 3/4, 130 even, 31-1 in that quarter. And Salzbrook Dandy might have got the breather he needs here, and he's moving out again. Salzbrook Dandy out by 2. Then Rapid Cane second, outside third, Ocean Pacific down the stretch. Salzbrook Dandy still has it. Then on the outside, Rapid Cane coming on inside, Shady Martin, but Salzbrook Dandy's going to win it. Gate to wire for Barrio, and what a combination they've been. And they're virtually unbeatable when they match up. And this afternoon, a mile of 2 minutes flat. Salzbrook Dandy in the 7th. Quinella plays 1-all, 3-alls. We welcome back now the winner of race number 7, number 1, Salzbrook Dandy, a 6-year-old son of Justice Denied. Out of the Die Laughing Mare, A Little Heaven. Owned by Cassandra Fram and Bert Waddell. Trained by Earl Fram, Gilles Barrio in the driver's seat. And Dandy goes all the way this afternoon. Gate to wire trip for him. And also a season's best, 2 minutes flat. Salzbrook Dandy and Gilles Barrio in the bike. And the mile this afternoon, 2 minutes flat. Congratulations. Close at him at 5:30, and then the third choice is Racklin Fine Line. As we move in here, field of 8, OB Viking, Gilles Barrio, Port Hill Digger, Ross Galbraith. West Gem Princess, Kenny Parker Jr., Emily J. Downs, Steve Downey. Just a reminder, Sam Hodgen, Racklin Fine Line, Todd Treitz. Jig Time Silencer, Gord Hennessy, and Becoming Jarwa, and Wayne Hubbard. Field of 8, race 8, finale of the day. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Good start, OB Viking and Port Hill Digger on the outside, racing second. And OB Viking, as we mentioned earlier, he can bust the gate when he wants to. And there he is off the front here this afternoon. Port Hill Digger is racing second, and they were pacing a storm to that opening 8th. Then back in third, West Gem Princess. Outside driving fourth, Jig Time Silencer. Then Racklin Fine Line in 5th. Then it's back to Emily J. Down, just a reminder, and trailing the field, Becoming Jarwa. And they start to bunch up a bit here after that quick quarter, 29-1. OB Viking off the front here, and we'll hopefully get a breather for his connections. Then racing second, right there is Port Hill Digger. Jig Time Silencer getting roughed up on the outside, and he's been parked every step so far. And racing third, then West Gem Princess. Here comes Racklin Fine Line out to move. Then it's Emily J. Down as they're still moving a good clip here. Then just a reminder, and Becoming Jarwa, 59-1, halfway home. And your leader up top, OB Viking, on this front end mission, and he leads a length and a quarter. Then Port Hill Digger, outside Jig Time Silencer. Inside is West Gem Princess, and Racklin Fine Line's going to try it now, and he makes his move 3 wide, but OB Viking is looking very good off the front, but he's got Rackland Fine Line coming, and he is racing second as they race past the 3/4. 1:29 and 2. OB Viking Rackland Fine Line second. Emily J down, took her a bit to get going, and she's flying now on the outside. 3 wide, and OB Viking suddenly has them right at his heels down the stretch, and in fact going right on by Rackland Fine Line, and OB Viking still second. Emily J down third, but Rackland and Trite score here in the finale. OB Viking second, Emily J down finishes third. An even 1:59. Quickest of the afternoon, it's Rackland Fine Line, 1:59, and career win number 52 for the Pacer. And pretty now, the winner of race 8. Race 8 winner, 6 Rackland Fine Line, an 8-year-old gelded son, a Gothic Dream out of the Cam Fella mare. Cam's Fine Line, and with the ultimate stable of Dieppe, trained by Seafoy Melanson. Todd Trite's in the driver's seat for Rackland Fine Line, 52 career wins now. And a season's best for him, in fact, the quickest in 2 years this afternoon, 1:59. So congratulations to Rackland Fine Line winning race 8 and recording the fastest mile of the afternoon, 1:59. It's now official.